As the news is announced that We Will Rock You will return to London this summer, I started to wonder, how many jukebox musicals are currently playing in the West End? We obviously have our poster child, Mamma Mia, then we have Jersey Boys, Tina, Ain't Too Proud, The Choir of Man, Moulin Rouge, and Juliet has recently closed, and MJ's already on its way over from the States. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of feel like we're going through another epidemic #triggering. Although I understand the appeal of producing a jukebox musical, seeing you basically have guaranteed profit due to a built-in audience, I have yet to come across one that I actually like. You heard it here first, guys. I'm a theater snob. Oh no, wait, that's in my bio. In theory, writing a jukebox musical sounds like quite an easy plan. You already have your musical score, you just need to come up with a story that ties it all together. Half of the work is basically already done. Easy, right? Wrong. The one huge thing these writers aren't taking into consideration is the fact that musical theater songs are structured completely differently compared to pop songs. Musical theater songs don't go from verse 1 to chorus, to verse 2 to chorus, to bridge to chorus, because why would a character say the exact same thing 3 times? Never mind, I'll find someone like you. Yeah, girl, we already know. And I'm not saying musical theater songs never have a chorus. They do, but usually the lyrics will change a little bit to reflect the progression of the plot or of the character. Songs earn their place in musical theater shows by facilitating transformation, which is something pop songs simply don't do. Yeah, okay, they can convey some sort of emotion, but they don't offer a resolution. But with a good dose of creative liberty, I do think that should be fixable. My biggest qualm with jukebox musicals are the lack of meaning. The stories usually feel like they were written in 5 minutes by a pothead. And don't get me wrong, I kind of love crazy stories, like I found my mom's sex diary and so I've invited all of her fuck buddies to my wedding. But if there's not a message to drive the silliness home, why are we telling the story? What's this show really about, besides making money? And I can already hear the argument of like, not every show needs to have a big message, some can just be for entertainment. And I hear you, but I disagree. Sorry for not feeling a connection and therefore disengaging if your themes are hollow and superficial. The best shows, in my opinion, are the ones that are both entertaining and carry an important message. Like Legally Blonde, for example. You get the pink sparkly fun whilst you're following the journey of a woman overcoming prejudice. Fun and feminism. It basically goes hand in hand. Why would you settle for a good show when you can write a great one? But clearly I'm in the minority. And due to the economic dent that COVID left in the theater industry, obviously any sort of financial success is welcome at the minute. So I thought, if you can't beat them, join them. Maybe I can elevate jukebox musicals from their commercial crap status. Or you know, let's just have some fun with it. To avoid future headaches, I'm gonna start by choosing the right source material. And after some research, I decided to go with, drumroll, Shakira! No, it's Taylor Swift, but you already knew that because you read the title. La, 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 la. Now let the record state that I do not choose Miss Swift because I'm a diehard Swiftie, because spoiler alert, I am not. Don't let my white woman millennialness fool you. I actually chose her because her songs have quite a strong storytelling element. Now, instead of listening to her 371 songs, I'm just gonna use this random article I found online. Okay, so we got classics like Shake It Off, which I can already see like as a fun sidekick character song. You know, when they convince the protagonist to just ignore the haters who are going to hate. Love Story, what a throwback. That could maybe work as a love duet, you know? Followed by the total bop that is I Knew You Were Trouble, when the couple inevitably break up due to a misunderstanding. Come full circle with We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, when a protagonist realizes that she is better off without him. This shit is basically writing itself. So clearly love is gonna be a big theme in our Taylor Swift jukebox musical, but that should come as a surprise to no one. Are there other songs on here that are not about love? Definitely ignoring Look What You Made Me Do, because I hate it. I Don't Want to Live Forever. I've never even heard of that one. Neither have I heard of Everything Has Changed or Exile. The Taylor stans are sharpening their pitchforks as we speak. Okay, yes, Bad Blood. That can definitely be like a villain song. Ooh, and I feel like 22 has opening number vibes. Right, let's just start spitballing and I can always research more songs to fill potential gaps. Characters, right. So to my knowledge, she never says names in her songs. So I guess we kind of have like a clean slate. We don't have any Galileos or Scaramouches to work around. Although she does have that one song about Tim McGraw. He's like an existing person, so maybe we should stray away from that. Or we can just use his first name, Tim, as a little wink to the good old days. Okay, so we have a Tim. But I would advocate for a female protagonist simply because all of Taylor's repertoire is written in a female register and it'll just be easier. Does she have a middle name? Allison. I like it. Allison and Tim. I ship them already. Allison, Tim Sum. That kind of sounds like dim sum. It's a work in progress. Normally I would have some sort of plot line in mind when I start drafting a story, but for the sake of having fun, let's just freewheel and see what happens. I know this video would double up as exposure therapy. Okay, so the show starts at Allison's birthday party with a group number 22. We divvy up the lyrics of the chorus between Allison and the party guests. It feels like the perfect night to dress up like hipsters and make fun of our exes. Yeah. Add some cool harmonies to the chorus. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Everything will be alright if you keep me next to you. Maybe even have a dance break. Yeehaw! And somewhere in the song enters a new kid, Tim. His rugged handsomeness catches a birthday girl's eye and she ends the song singing, you look like bad news, I gotta have you, I gotta have you. Naturally, a scene follows where the two of them get introduced. Nice to meet you, where you been? I think Tim can show us incredible things. Blank Space definitely has fuckboy vibes, so yeah, sorry Tim, thou hast officially been deemed a womanizer. Grab your passport and my hand. That could start like a cute montage of like all the places these two visit on their imaginative impromptu getaway. I can make the bad guys good for a weekend. Yeah, that might need to swap to bad girls just for like contextual sake. Or Allison can sing that line. Ooh, me likey. What happens when a renowned fuckboy meets a femme fatale? Tim sings, so it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. That whole bit, and then Allison takes over. Cause we're young and we're reckless, we'll take this way too far. Then we get to boys only want love if it's torture. Okay, so this musical has taken a little bit of a 50 Shades turn. Mid-song, Tim says something along the lines of, so, what you up to tomorrow? And Allison responds, I'm going on a date. Tim nods knowingly. With me? No, with Jonathan. It's the first name that came to mind. But I'm free the following eve. Deal. Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm insane, but I got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. Next scene is said date between Allison and Jonathan. I feel like we need a little drama, so I'm gonna suggest that Tim's name somehow pops up in the conversation, you know, talking about the birthday party or whatever, and then Allison casually mentions that she's going on a date with him. This absolutely shatters Jonathan's heart as he thought him and Allison were exclusive. Allison says he shouldn't have assumed such things, seeing they've never had a conversation about it. She's a single lady, so if a handsome man asks her out, of course she's gonna say yes. What else should she have said? You should have said no, you should have gone home, you should have thought twice before you let it all go. You should have known that word, but what you did with him, get back to me. But this is only our second date. Yeah, and I should have been there in the back of your mind. I shouldn't be asking myself why. I shouldn't be begging for forgiveness at my feet. I know, you should have said no, baby, and you might still have me. Jonathan walks off dramatically. End scene. The next day, Allison gets intercepted on her way to work by Melanie. You remember her. who also happens to be Jonathan's sister. She's raging that Allison broke Jonathan's heart and basically has turned their whole friendship group against her. You can have the longest list of ex-lovers for all I care, but don't you mess with my brother. Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know we used to be mad love. So take a look what you've done. Cause baby, now we got bad blood. Hey! Melanie, I'm sorry Jonathan got hurt, but Band-Aids don't fix bullet holes. Hey! You say sorry just for show. Hey! You live like that, your love runs cold. Obviously the song ends with this badass choreography signifying that Allison has officially been kicked out of the friend group. Word. Later on, Allison can't hide her sadness on her date with Tim. He asks her what's up and she explains that she basically got shunned for being a woman who likes to explore her options. Things would be easier if she was a man. Cue emotional ballad man. I would be complex. I would be cool. They say I play the field before I find someone to commit to. And I'm so sick of running as fast as I can, wondering if I'd get there quicker if I was a man. Tim then shares that he had a similar situation in his hometown, but it made him learn a valuable lesson.
Because the play's gonna play. And the haters gonna hate. Baby, I'm just gonna shake. Shake it up.
So the two of them end up forming a genuine connection over loving the single life. That's so woke. Great! So what happens next? Ooh, we haven't used You Belong With Me yet. Jonathan can sing that in like a creepy, stalky way. Okay, so after Shake It Off, Tim and Allison walk off, and it turns out that Jonathan was lurking in the bushes this whole time. He saw them have fun together, and thus starts this dark, creepy version of You Belong With Me.
If you could see that I'm the one who understands, you've been here all along, so why can't you see? You belong with me. You belong with me.
Jonathan is clearly planning on some sort of revenge. What that will be? Stay tuned. Next day is Melanie's wedding.
You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes.
Allison isn't sure if she should still show up after their fight, but she decides that she cannot miss her childhood BFF's wedding. Jonathan sees Allison enter and says,
Where's your +1?
I'm not staying long. I just came to work things out with Melanie before I leave on my trip with Tim.
Allie, I'm so glad you came. Can we talk?
Melanie confesses to being a total bridezilla and apologizes for taking it out on Allison. And because it's a musical, the two of them make up by singing a song.
I know that I'm a handful, baby, I know I never think before I jump, but you're the kind of friend the ladies want, and there's a lot of cool chicks out there.
Meanwhile, Tim pulls in the driveway and Jonathan knocks on his window.
What are you doing here? You're not invited.
Relax. I'm just here to pick up Allison.
Right. Your new girlfriend.
What? Back off, man.
Smoking isn't allowed on these premises. Don't make me call the cops.
Fine. I'll go for a walk. Once Tim is off, Jonathan opens the hood of the car.
I promise that you'll never find another like me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, look what you made me do.
I know I said I wasn't going to use a song, but you've got to admit, this is like the perfect moment. Mashup time!
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Ooh, 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 ooh. You're the only one of you. Baby, that's the fun of you. And And I promise that nobody's gonna love you like me.
Do. So, a trip with Tim? Are things getting serious? Not really, actually. I know we started off with major flirty vibes, but that kind of just faded out. We still like hanging out, but just as friends.
Does he know that?
Yes. We are actually flying to Hawaii to attend the Free Love Festival.
Hawaii!
You're so lucky. Oliver and I spent all of our money on the wedding. We even had to sell our car, so no honeymoon for us. You guys should take our tickets. As a wedding gift.
Don't be crazy.
The tickets are in you guys' names, so you can take my passport. We look so much alike, we're practically twins. I couldn't resist a little meta joke. I'm not gonna risk spending my wedding night in jail. Okay, well then take my car. I won't need it whilst I'm in Hawaii anyway. You should take my car and drive somewhere that's special to you and just spend the whole night on the hood gazing at the stars. That's really a nice gesture, but... Do you smell that? That's the smell of a reprise hanging in the air.
Let Romeo take you somewhere you can be alone. I'll be waiting. All you have to do is run. He'll be the prince and you'll be the princess. It's a love story. Baby, just say yes.
You're the best. The one condition is that you have to drive us to the airport. Like now. Like Tim's outside waiting. Sorry to steal you from your own wedding. It's only a 10-minute drive. No one will even notice that I'm gone. The girls meet Tim at the car and all of them get in. They drive off but only make it to the end of the road as the car suddenly explodes! That's right, Back to the Future. You've got a flying car, we've got an exploding one. All of the wedding guests start running out with Jonathan ahead of the pack. He's annoyed to see Tim crawl out the burning vehicle. Damn. But relieved to see Allison survive the explosion too. He runs up to her to help her. Are you okay? I'm fine. Save Melanie. Melanie? What do you mean? She was driving. Jonathan freaks out and pulls the body of his sister out of the car. This is not how this was meant to go. Tim should have been driving, not you. You shouldn't have been in the car at all. He hugs her, crying. Oh, look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. Suddenly, Melanie gains consciousness.
Say you'll remember me, standing in a white dress, staring at the sunset, babe. Red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just in your wildest dreams.
No, Melanie.
Wildest dreams.
Not Melanie!
No!
And blackout. Wow! So it turns out that Taylor Swift, the Jukebox musical, is about the dark side of romanticizing love. That's deep, bro. Definitely let me know what your thoughts are, which song have I missed out, and how would you fit it into the narrative. I really enjoyed making this, so if you'd like to see the Jukebox musical of your favorite artist, leave a comment down below and who knows, you might get lucky. But in the meantime, support the theater industry and go see a show IRL, that's in real life, girl. Bonus points if it's a small upcoming venue. Toodles!